said that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Going to the next slide. Now, these two slides right here, there's three more, but these two right here are the biggest fucking ones, bro. Because they're tools of control as follows: religion, doctrine, science, and academia. So now, religion used to justify conquest and slavery.
That's a fact.
God,
Yep.
you feel me? God is not, listen, they don't talk about this in the Bible. God is not cool with none of that shit. God wasn't cool with none of that stuff. But you know what they want you to think? They want you to think like this. Yeah, I mean, we did what we did to the people when we enslaved and ravaged their lands and stuff, but we gave our life to Jesus. So now we saved. And look, bro, you can give your life to Jesus too.
Yeah. And also, they like you
So,
talking about earlier with the slave Bible. They come with those little few passages from the Bible. Oh, serve thy master, and that's how they justified what they was doing, saying it was ordained by God for us to put you in slavery, and He said for you to serve me. So I don't want to hear anything. So that's
you feel
very
me?
accurate, bro. That is very accurate.
And
Trying to
now watch
use
this.
God name in vain.
So say it for one more time, bro.
You're using the Most High name in vain, bro.
They're using the Most High name in vain. Now watch this. Not only is they using the Most High name in vain, but they calling it a religion. What is a religion? A way of life. How you gonna call the words of the Most High the way of life? It is life. It is life. You get what I'm saying? It's literally the fabric of everything, bro. You feel me? These are things that we don't even really need. If they would have just left people the fuck alone, we don't even need their book. We don't need the King James Bible. It's many Bibles before the King James that was the real Bible that was not edited and touched and messed with.
Could I
No Bibles would.
could I
So like,
correct
go
you?
ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Um, the King James version is the most accurate version of the Bible because the King James version is a word for word translation. Bibles like the NIV, I think like the ESV and all these different translations, you got to understand. They're more about the interpretation of the person that's translating it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
like you
absolutely.
can go back to the Hebrew and Greek manuscripts and see that it says exactly what's in the King James version. That's why it's still some Greek words that's found in the New Testament because it's a word for word translation. Because you got to understand, I believe they had 47 Hebrew and Greek scholars that translated the Bible. This didn't just happen in 30 days. Like this happened over a
Mhm.
span of years. You know what I'm saying? That King James, who was the King of England at the time, who authorized the Bible to be translated. You can go back to these manuscripts and actually study it and do like you feel what I'm saying, an actual comparison with these other Bibles. Like it's more of an interpretation. Like this is what I think this verse is saying, so I'm gonna translate it this way.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm only saying
Absolutely.
that, and I ain't mean to cut you in your speech, but
No, no, you
I
good. You good, bro.
I just want to correct you when it comes to the King James version. This is the most accurate translation of the Bible, like literally the most accurate translation of the Bible, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna go with you on that one because at the end of the day, I do know there is before there was a King James Bible, there was the Martin Luther Bible. You feel me?
Yeah,
And that was a German man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the proof of that is that the letter J wasn't invented at the time that when he made when in the 1500s the letter J was not invented right off the bat.
no, I don't think the letter J came to like the 16th century or something like that. I
Right.
could be wrong,
But
but it was between the
but
15th and the 17th century. The letter J was created. It's
but you know they
literally
had
the oldest alphabet, not the oldest, but the youngest alphabet. The last alphabet to be created was the
but
letter
then you
J,
have the 1611 King James Bible.
the
You see what I'm
original
saying?
one with the apocrypha in it.
Right, but
If you, if,
it says KJV. If it was from 1611, don't quote. I mean, I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that the letter J was invented in 1632. So for it to be a
you're right.
1611 J,
The letter J wouldn't have been included.
You feel me? And this is why I'm saying it's being used, but I still do agree with you. I still do agree with you. And that's why I brought you. You feel me? Because I know you can correct the things that I'm not up on. You feel me?
Right.
We know that the religion is being used as like a psyop. You feel me? And it's time for us to get away from that. It's not a religion. It's life. You feel me? The universe, like the sun, everything is already in control by the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot, real quick. I'm sorry, because you're not supposed to interrupt in the man in the midst of his speech.
No, you good, bro.
That's why I was saying it's a lot. But when you deal with the word religion, I believe it goes back even the Latin or the Greek religio, which means to hold back. But when you deal with it in a because the word religion is mentioned multiple times in the Bible, bro, and it literally means discipline. That's literally what your religion is. Your discipline. It's something you practice every day that keeps you moving forward. Something that keeps you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Not religion.
Not being religious.
Yeah, but my point I was trying to make was because I ain't gonna lie, I disbanded, like I discontinued from using the word religion because in the context that they use it today, it means to hold back and divide. That's literally what religion do. It holds us back and it divides.
Yes, it does.
As a people. But I'm saying in the context of the Bible, when you deal with it in the context or the way the Bible was using it, it was talking about, like you said, your way of life, your discipline. Something you practice because your way of life will be something you practice every day. That's discipline.
Absolutely, bro.
You know, so I just wanted to add that.
No, you're right. Look, all right. So now we offer religion, right? Now let's move to doctrine, right? Doctrine frame oppression as God's will. You feel me?
Now, to be fair, I gotta be fair. Because before you get into your spill,
I know what you're about to say.
It is technically God's will. It like us being oppressed and going to slavery is technically God's will.
Us being oppressed is in God's will. It's not God's will. So it's not. So
okay.
You feel me? You see what I'm saying?
You're right though. You're absolutely right. It's not God's will, but it was in God's will.
Because of something that we did, and because of the people who just so happened to be evil enough to not see anything wrong with the shit that they was doing when they was doing it. That's crazy. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Moving forward.
You absolutely
now we talk about science, right?
Yes.
Scientific racism claimed European how you say
superiority.
Superiority. You feel me? Scientific racism claimed European superiority. Here's my thing. Everything you see that is backed by science has nothing to do with a black person.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you see that's backed by science is scientifically proven by who? A fucking white man. So when we be pulling references and things of that nature, bro, ain't it kind of funny how every reference you got to go to that is in any science way, biologically, whatever, is from a white man. You feel me?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying we need to we got to start moving away from that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then the biggest one out of the bunch is going to be academia, race, indigenous, and African contributions. So me and P did a video where Bill Cosby in 1968 did a documentary about this exact point, how Chicago, Texas, Detroit, all of these people, all these places were founded by black people. Actually, the first person at the North Pole was a black man. When just like how Christopher Columbus came to America.
Was it Matthew Henson?
I believe so, bro. Henson sounds like the name. You feel me?
I think it was Matthew Henson. You said North Pole?
Look it up. North Pole, yep. Mm-hmm. And just the last one, which is conditioning people to accept injustice as natural.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are in a state of mind where we think that what's going on is actually okay and it's natural, it's normal, it's life, it's the way of a human. You feel me? You got to go through it. It's like what they say, life be life, and that's exactly what it is. Like,
Matthew Henson, bro. I remember that, bro. I learned that in like the first grade, bro. I'll never forget. I remember I learned about Matthew Henson when I was in elementary school. I remember.
now watch this. Watch this though. You see how
Hold up, but
crazy
go
this
back
is?
to that point though. Go back to that slide we was just on.
I got you. I got you. But you see how you just said that? You
Yeah.
just said that's crazy, bro. You just said that you learned it when in first grade, and guess what? They teaching them in first grade right now. Not that.
Oh, they hell no. They probably teaching them about fucking different genders and social acceptance and dumb shit like that, bro. You wonder why these kids failing?
Come on, man. Academia erased indigenous and African contributions.
Going
Where is
what
it
you
at?
going what you saying is not taught.
It's not taught, bro. You
It's
feel
not
me?
our contributions to this country is not taught. But that last one is powerful, bro. Conditioning people to accept injustice as natural. It's just like
Naturally.
they just saying like this was all meant to happen. It's like because think about it. Every time you bring up slavery, bro, they always gotta minimize it, right, or invalidate it by saying, well, white people were slaves, and you know Africans had Arabics as slaves, and Arabics
Yes,
had
bro.
everybody practiced slavery. Everyone practiced slavery. It's just a
Yep.
part of life. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Not the form of
I'm
slavery
with you.
y'all did to us.
Right.
Stop trying to compare what y'all did to us to what everybody else did throughout world history. It's not the same, bro.
Absolutely.
But you got it, bro.
No, I mean, I love that point that you just made because to be honest with you, what's really funny about it is the fact that they won't say this though. They won't say that even when they
Oh
bring that up.
God.
The real oh what the next one?
The
Yeah, I
first
know,
one.
right? Look, what you just said, right? They won't
Mm-hmm.
say that what they're bringing up happened a long ass time ago,
Right.
right? So the things that they bring up, we just was talking about the indigenous people. So yes, of course the indigenous people had evil amongst themselves. Of course, the African indigenous people had evil in their own land. Of course, they had wars in their own land. Of course,
Right.
they made slaves of their captives. You get what I'm saying? Of
Right.
course. But they had morals, and it was some that didn't have morals. But guess what? That shit was like 5, 10, 20, 30,000 years ago.
Right.
We talking about now. Y'all niggas been on a killing streak for 2,000 years, nigga. What is going
Long
on?
fucking time, bro.
You feel me? So now the next slide, and this is the slide right before the last slide. You feel me? So it says the fake financial system and cultural erasure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Currency reduces human value to money and labor.
Sad, bro.
All you get to do is wake up, go to work, get money, pay your bills, find out how to get some more. That's all you're doing. That's all life is.
And
Every
you're
day.
wrong. And you're wrong if you don't prioritize that, bro. You're a bum. You're a brokey. If you don't prioritize money over everything, you're a bum. You're a brokey. What are you doing? You ain't worth nothing. Like, and you see how they trick the women. Only
Yes,
thing they want from a man these days is money. That's all they care about is money. It's like humans are not worth more than just labor and how much money they got. This
exactly.
is this is a new concept, bro, in the earth.
Yes, it
This is a new thing in the earth, bro.
is, bro. It
This
really is,
is
and it's the reason that so many people. That's why I brought this picture up because what is at the
yeah,
bottom? What is at the bottom, bro?
debt slave,
Population resource
right?
equal labor. You feel me? It's more on that picture, but we know that debt slaves. That's what the freak we are. We are
Fact.
debt slaves.